can see they're trying to chase, but Baden Cook, his teammate, sitting in second wheel, just trying to ease things back up. He's happy to let him go.
Yeah, it was a green edge. Is Wesley Sulzberger there trying to encourage the riders to pick up the tempo here, but this man has opened up a little gap here. The organisation is not quite there. They're right on him, but he's got a nice little gap here, but it'll be a big call to expect him to stay away. But hey, look at the gap.
He's opened it up, and I noticed he was going through the corners a little bit quicker. He's a younger rider. Caleb Ewan, though, look at this little pocket rocket. He's going out after him. He's caused a lot of the havoc early on. He's not scared either. Can he catch him?
Oh, look at the face on Pat Leno as he goes around that top bend. It looks as though Baden Cook has brought the field up to the back wheel of the 17-year-old rider from New South Wales, and they're going to come together. They're going to gang up now as they're running out of time to catch this man, and this man is certainly not running out of steam just yet.
Final lap, you can see the grimace on the face, but it's all for nothing, because here you can see Degani Bakery Cafe. They are leading out their man Greg Henderson. He's in second wheel, but he's got Alan Davis there for company.
Well, I'll tell you, Zach Dempster did a lot of chasing down here for Degani Bakery and Dean Windsor, and they've now put the man into the bend here who's coming out of it, former world points champion on the track, and this now is Greg Henderson. They're coming at him. Davis, the bronze medalist in the Geelong World titles 2 years ago, and slapping his wheel on the floor was Chris Sutton, but no doubt about who got that in a very close sprint. But what a long way he chose to sprint out. Henderson has got the victory, and right in front of his family too, because after all, he does live in Melbourne these days.
Well, he may live in Melbourne, but he's a Kiwi. He's stolen the show from the Australians, and look at the finish. It was Sutton, in fact, who got second.
First box ticked for the season, first race of the season, and first win, so I mean, I'm pretty happy with that.
But the result by Greg Henderson gives him the 12 points ahead of Chris Sutton, who gets 10, Alan Davis third, Bernie Sulzberger fourth, and Steele von Hoff in fifth place. He won the support series last year, so he step up. In Olympic year, and also the year the Tour de France will see its first All-Australian team, aggressive competition in the 23rd Jayco Bay Classic Series was assured. Beneath a cooking sun and strong winds, the elite men were chasing the yellow jersey of overnight leader Greg Henderson. This second day of 4 quickly produced a leading group of 12. At the first sprint, Tasmanian Bernie Sulzberger increased his overnight lead, but had longer-term thoughts here of converting his green jersey into yellow. 2 laps later, with the big field out of contention, Alan Davis and Zach Dempster chased to the front, and this spoiled Sulzberger's day. In the sprint, the Tour de France professionals were humbled by New South Welshman 17-year-old Caleb Ewan, as he pipped Davis and Sulzberger with a show of delight.
Oh yeah, I can't really believe it at the moment. It's just, yeah, I don't know, yeah. It was so hard, but yeah, I'm very happy with the win.
Davis, though, is the new overall leader in Port Arlington tomorrow. If anything, it was even hotter for the talented women's field, in which Chloe Hosking wore the leader's yellow jersey after her win on New Year's Day. At the first sprint, Hoskins was pipped by Kirsty Bruhn, as Amanda Spratt started off after a lap out with a puncture. This was significant, for when the leaders escaped after 30 minutes, Spratt was part of the 7. With 10 minutes to go, Lauren Rowney in the pink was full of fight, while Spratt, looking for the first win for the Green Edge Australian team, was alongside. Spratt was the favourite now, but as the sprint began, Rowney quickly took charge, heralding a successful 2012 when she goes to Europe later in the year. With temperatures back to normal after Monday's sizzler, Port Arlington's infamous hilly circuit again provided plenty of excitement. This third day was one of tactical racing as the overall leaders took a back seat. First were Geelong's world champion Lee Howard, who forged on alone, but he never gained more than 12 seconds. Then, from an unexpected quarter, a lone attack from Bikebug's Anthony Jayco changed the face of the race. After 5 laps, Jayco was joined by fellow West Australian Luke Durbridge, the under-23 world time trial champion, and together they set about destroying the field. Durbridge, riding his first Bay Series, tried a late attack, but in the finish, Jayco was too strong as he took the biggest win of his career. Alan Davis, though, retained his lead with a day to go.
Nearly went to plan today. Durbo was second, so that's not too bad at the end of the day. And yellow and second, another second in the stage. So yeah, we go into the last stage with a bit of a buff it.
In the women's race, the new Green Edge team opened their account at last when Australian time trial champion Shara Gillow rode away into the Port Arlington sunset. Gillow gave a virtuoso display to consolidate her lead in the sprint ace competition and also put herself in a position to win overall when this race ends in Williamstown tomorrow. The arrival of team owner Jerry Ryan, who waved the checkered flag, inspired his team to finish 4 riders in the top 5. The new leader for Williamstown by a single point, though, is Melissa Hoskins. This is Phil Liggett, 10 News. With the forecast rain failing to materialise, the son of Williamstown provided a fitting end to the Bay Series. 30 minutes into the 1-hour race, the Tasmanian Bernie Sulzberger outsprinted his brother Wesley to confirm his domination in the sprint ace competition. Then a lone attack followed by Heinrich Hausler, Tour de France stage winner from Bike Bug. He set the trend for the remainder of the race. Although he was caught after a high-speed chase, it was then the 2 top teams of this series, Mitchelton Winery, the team of Alan Davis, and Green Edge, who set such a pace no one else could escape further. A sprint finish was assured, but the winner was not according to the elite professionals' plan, as once again the Southern Highlands Hurricanes' 17-year-old Caleb Ewan showed the speed very few are capable of. His second win of the week, but it didn't stop third-place finisher Alan Davis, putting a year of illness behind him, to win by a single point over Ewan. It was an equally exciting finale to the women's series, which started with a shock for overall leader Melissa Hoskins. A loose saddle forced both a bike change and a few anxious moments before she chased and normal service was resumed. The day was decided when Amanda Spratt, beaten in Geelong, got clear. Her well-timed move assured her Green Edge team of a second win in as many days, as Spratt came home alone, saluting the large crowd. The series was decided in Melissa Hoskins' favour when she swept up second place to beat Spratt and Chloe Hosking overall by just 3 points. Phil Liggett, World News, Australia.